Hello everyone and welcome back to this Python programming course where you are going to learn everything you need to get started programming in Python. In this video, we are going to look at modules in Python. So let's jump right into it. A Python module is a file containing Python definitions and statements. A module can contain defined functions, classes, and variables, and can also include runnable code. A file containing Python code, for example, example.py, is called a module, and its module name will be example. We use modules to break down large programs into small, manageable, and organized files. Furthermore, modules provide reusability of code. The syntax is basically import module. There are two types of modules in Python: user-defined modules and built-in modules. A user-defined module is a module created by the programmer themselves. You can create your own function and classes, then put them inside a module and call it in another program. To create a module, just put the code inside a .py file. For example, so here we have a defined function greetings inside a module named example. If the function takes in a name and returns a phrase greeting the person. We have def greetings x print hello x. Write this code in a file and save the file with the name example.py. Now we have created our own module. We can import the definitions inside a module to another module or the interactive interpreter in Python. We use the import keyword to do this. To import our previously defined module example, we type the following in the Python prompt. Import example. This does not import the names of the function defined in example directly. It only imports the module named example here. Using the module name, we can access the function using the dot operator. So here, if we type example.greetings and we give as parameter Ben, we will have hello Ben printed to the screen. As we said earlier, a module can define functions, classes, and variables. So let's look at an example of a module having a function and a dictionary. So here we have Python module example, def greetings, name, print hello plus name, person 1 equals to name John, age 36, country Egypt. So we now save this in a file and we call it mymodule.py. So we now open the prompt, the interactive mode, where we are going to import our created module. Here we type import my module. From the module, we can now have access to either the function that is greeting or our dictionary person 1. So if we type my module.greetings and we send in gitworks as name, we will have hello gitworks printed to the screen. If we want to access an element in the dictionary created, we simply type my module.person and we specify the key of the dictionary at which the value we want to access is found. So if we want to access the age, we simply type my module.person1 age and 36 will be printed to the screen. Next, we have built-in modules. Built-in modules are already created modules into the Python programming language. You don't create these modules, you simply have to import them into your Python files. To name a few, Python contains modules like OS, sys, datetime, random. Note that you can import and use any of the built-in modules whenever you want in your program. For example, so here we are going to import the math module, which will enable us to use functions like pi, square root, factorial. So we have import maths, then we type math.py times 3, we have 9.42 and so on printed to the screen. So if we type math.square root of 100, we have 10.0 printed to the screen. There are different ways of importing modules in Python. We can import a module using the import statement and access the definition inside it using the dot operator as recently described. Also, we can import a module by renaming it as follows. Here we have import math as M, And now instead of typing math.py, we can simply type m.py and we have 3.14 printed to the screen. This can save us typing time in some cases. Note that the name math is not recognized in our scope, hence math.py is invalid and m.py is the correct implementation. We can import specific names from a module without importing the module as a whole. So here we have from math import py. Then if we try printing py to the screen, we have 3.14. Here we imported only the py attribute from the math module. In such cases, we don't use the dot operator. We can also import multiple attributes as follows. So for this, we type from math import sqrt, factorial. So now if you try typing sqrt 16, we get 4, and factorial 6, we get 720. We can import all names, that is all definitions, from a module using the following construct: from math import star. Here the star signifies all. So we have imported all the definitions from the math module. This includes all names visible in our scope. So if we try printing pi, we have 3.14 printed to the screen. sqrt of 100, we have 10.0, and factorial of 10, we have 3,628,800. Next, we are going to look at the dir function. The dir built-in function returns a sorted list of strings containing the names defined by the module. The list contains the names of all the modules, variables, and functions that are defined in the module. For example, we have import built-in module math, import math, print dir math. So if we save this and run, we have a list of strings representing the different functions, variables, and everything found in the math module. So here we have import math, then we have math.py, we have math.degrees, math.radians, math.sine, math.cos, and math.factorial. So we also look at the random module. So we have import random, and if you want to print a random integer between 0 and 5, we print random.randint 0 to 5. We have 1 printed to the screen, which is a random number between 0 to 5. And if you want to print a random number, a random floating point number between 0 and 1, we simply write random.random. We have 0.813, which is a random number between 0 and 1. And finally, if you want to print a random number between 0 and 100, we print random.random, then we multiply by 100. So we have 65 printed to the screen. So this is basically it for this video, but before we end this video, I am going to paste a practical exercise here for you to keep learning and implementing the concept of modules you've learned today. The link to the solution to the practical exercise is attached in the video description below, but before checking it out, make sure you try writing the code first. In our next video, we are going to look at files in Python, so see you soon.